it's gon' swish. I know this is God's plan, I won't quit. This is his plan, I won't quit. I was created for this. Yeah, I've been waiting on this. Second guessing is over. I'm getting closer. Every door that was shut, heaven is open. High. Closed captions on every word spoken. Watching my words cause I'm chosen. And I cannot fail to commit. This is my time and I know it. I gotta show. Shine brightest in the moonlight. Shine brightest in the nighttime. Been waiting on my time.
Peace, family. How you all doing? Hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be discussing the weekly astrology for August 12th to the 18th, starting with Monday, Moon in Scorpio. So this can be a little moody, introspective, private, secretive energy. This is also other people's money, what people owe you. This can be some little darker side of the energy, like jealousy, envy, all those scorpionic themes. Um, it could also be astrology, counseling, paying off debt, bills, and some kind of transformation. So, like a short um, dark night of the soul energy here. And it will square the sun in Leo. So, squares bring pressure, and um, the sun is happy in Leo. I do believe the Leo energy is a lot stronger, but equally both Scorpio and Leo in their own right are very powerful. And so um, Leo is about, fun play, love, joy, romance, um, date nights, or just going out. Well, this is usually like my paint the town red energy. So clubbing, bars, but it's a Monday night. Maybe some people do go out on Monday nights. I don't really know. But nonetheless, I feel like the moon energy is putting kind of like a shadow over the sun in that way. So we could want the spotlight, want to be courageous and confident. Um, but at the same time, we want to be private about it. Um, love attention, but shy away from it. We might even lack the ability to share our light with others with a moon Scorpio energy. Um, and we might not really want to collaborate with others or be around others. Um, it's also like um, this could bring up issues with money to go out and date or spend time with a significant other. So even getting like creative around um, dating, or you just choose not to do it. Um, you might just shy away from it. Like, Monday's not really a good day for me. I've been working all day, still recovering from the weekend type of energy. And that's also an option. Um, it can be a kind of quieter day at work. I do think this energy is going to start to get really, really, really intense. Um, because of all the other energy, the retrogrades in the background that are going on. So this is a really, really good time to go inward and reflect on the retrogrades. Specifically Mercury, obviously, because Mercury is more a personal planet, and it does have a lot more to do at work. And so again, this is about getting organized at work, creating peace at work, getting down to the nitty gritty. You can be escaping away from things at work, but it's just a more internal energy. So you're more focused on work, not really wanting to deal with love and relationships. Hell, not even wanting to deal with paying your bills. But again, also at the same time, if we're talking about getting organized, this is a great time to sit down and map out, what bills and stuff you have to pay, any debt you're paying off, and kind of looking into those things and stuff like that. This could also be a lot of changes going on at work financially, or changes due to finances, getting grants being taken away, that you're having meetings and stuff about this that are changing the way your daily routine or schedule operates, and maybe adding more work or not so much work. This could be layoffs. Um, Especially if you work with children. Um, doesn't have to be, but it could be. Um, yeah. And then Tuesday, and be careful for competition and stress at work. And then Tuesday, the moon moves into Sagittarius, which is a lot more upbeat, outgoing, adventurous, optimistic. Um, Definitely a lighter energy for sure. And it will, it's also being optimistic about any kind of stress that's coming up or going on at this time, no matter what area of life this is playing out in for you. Um, Learning how to save and be, um, whatever plans or solutions you put up for issues that are coming up, just feeling more optimistic, like, whatever, life's going to happen, but I have a plan. I'm just going to stick to it. I'm not going to let that get in the way of my fun, having fun. Um, and this could be around traveling, education, any long-term plans, or doing any kind of podcasting, websites, announcements, broadcasting, writing, publishing, public speaking, um, and in connection with the sun and Leo, to be trying the sun and Leo, which is a favorable aspect, way more positive. Um, And so you're more open to meeting up with friends, going out, talking, being more interactive, whatever you was kind of in the doldrums about on Monday, you'll be a lot more, again, optimistic about on Tuesday. Um, because it is August, this could be a lot of stuff going on with kids if you have them, or again, if you work in the public school system. You're probably back to work preparing. I think they like clean and stuff and get the classrooms ready, and whatever else is required to prepare for school in September. And so on that same notion, you're receiving a lot of notifications. Mercury retrograde receiving a lot of communication, notifications, emails, phone calls around school starting, what's going on with school. Like, for instance, my school, lo and behold, Mercury retrograde is going through changing their website and some app that we're all required to communicate on between each classroom. And so, coinky dink, probably not. And so they're just sending out a lot of notifications about all the changes that are going on, preparing everybody, letting us know, because where we go, they have to wear uniforms, right? And so they send you out all that information just to get prepared. And so on the opposite end of that, again, if you are a parent, you're probably school shopping, getting all the stuff ready for school. And even around your daily routine is like setting up or preparing the child for school. So like if they haven't had um like a time to go to bed because it was summertime, now we're starting to implement those things to get the kids ready and prepared to go back to school. At least that's what I'm doing here. Like we're doing homework in the morning, not being on the tablet as much. And then we go out and do whatever we do or go back to summertime schedule in the afternoon. So, um, but home a little bit earlier, in bed by bedtime for school, things like that. And so a lot of other people could be implementing the same thing, or, again, this can be like people coming back from traveling or taking that one last trip before squeezing something in there, completing, continuing some kind of educational program. Or again, you're doing your own website, getting real super creative juices flowing here around starting some kind of new project, whatever your thing is, or it's just genuine socialization, happy, upbeat, go lucky energy with the possibility to meet somebody while you're out and about and within these things. And it doesn't have to all be romantic. This can genuinely be casual, talking and things of that nature. And then on Wednesday, the moon's still in Sag. And Mars will conjunct Jupiter. Now, I did a video on this. I also did Jupiter square Saturn. And so these kind of are all bunched together, but happening separate. It starts on Wednesday with the Mars conjunct Jupiter. And then on Thursday, it'll be Mars, Jupiter square Saturn. Okay. And essentially, I would definitely go back to those videos to listen to, kind of what's going on here. But um, the moon is going to oppose Mars conjunct Jupiter, because Jupiter and Mars are in the sign of Gemini. And so emotionally, we're at odds um, with whatever ideas and things that we got going on. Or it could just be scatterbrained. I don't typically see anytime Sagittarius and Gemini have an opposition, even though oppositions are relational, it can bring some, miscommunication, not seeing eye to eye. Even with all the retrogrades, the energy is still positive. They're the only two oppositions, the two signs in opposition that are positive. Regardless, it's just messy, right? Jupiter's expanding Gemini theme. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. and the moon is our emotions. And so I really, really feel like this is overthinking, restless, like running around with like a chicken with your head cut off, but you're still in a good mood. You got all these great ideas, there's communication going on with it, or you're writing things out. But you're also running errands. You're being a mom, you're being a parent, you're being a sister, you're being a daughter, you're being a auntie or an uncle, or you know what I mean? Like this could be like really overwhelming. Um, you're taking bold action to start something new. You're achieving your goals. Something that you feel confident about, Leo season, right? You're taking a risk and you're going for it. You're completing old projects. To be specific with the retrogrades, we should be focused on the past. There shouldn't really typically be anything new, but life must go on, and everybody's going to be at different places with all of this stuff. So I really hate saying that, but for the sake of retrogrades, I'm going to say you're probably wrapping things up. We are headed towards full moon, which is also about culminations. And because this full moon will be in Aquarius, it'll be 6 months from now. So that was back in January, right? I'm not making that up, am I? Damn, it doesn't feel like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, February. Maybe it was the beginning of February. Um, and so there's something culminating from February. What was going on with you? What were you doing? What were you changing? What were you thinking about? You're done. You're over it. You're wrapping it up. You've completed it, right? Um, there's something, and maybe it's not done, finito, complete, but there's pieces that are complete, things that um, you've taken away that don't fit, you've assessed, and you know, the whole gambit of whatever that was for you, right? And so this is definitely about completing old things for sure. New things, I don't think new things are opposed from happening, but what I will say is that old things have front and center right now, right? And so new things, it's best to be working on them. Don't forget about them. And they can also be happening simultaneously where you're completing something, but you're also starting something. Um, this could even be where like old things come in to stop you in your tracks as you're doing something new because it's not quite time to move forward yet. Whether we want to ignore the astrology of retrogrades or not is completely up to you. It's your choice, but I think it could show up like, fuck that, I'm done with that, I'm moving on. And something happens where the past comes up and it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I didn't say so, especially when we get to Thursday. We'll talk a little bit more about Saturn. It's like Saturn wants you to master something. And so, unfortunately, that comes with making you feel a kind of way. Um, it could be pessimism, doubting yourself, fear. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way it feels. Um, Damn, is that really it? And you might even choose to sit something aside and be like, let me just hold off. You might have like intuition that's telling you like, let me put this aside. I think I like this. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm optimistic about it. And mutable squares are like being flexible and open-minded. So it's like, you know what? Even if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to try it anyways, and whatever happens, happens, right? And you're in this kind of space or mindset about anything new. But it's like, let me just sit it here. Or again, something old comes up and it's like, you're not. And that's because Saturn wants you to master something. It wants you to understand that nothing's easy. It wants you to understand that you have to climb the ladder. It wants you to understand that it takes hard work to get something done. It wants you to understand that nothing comes without a cost or a consequence or, you know, something being well thought out, right? And so get comfortable with that part, and accept it the same way that you're accepting what it is, this new thing that you're ready to bring into the world or to fruition or to light, or to the public or to the community or to the 3D. Right. It could all be, again, it's either happening behind the scenes where you're not really telling people about it, um, but you're kind of working on it slowly, piece by piece, and or um you're thinking about it. It's in your head. It's just the imagination. Ooh. Okay. Run away with me. I feel like I should do a dance. It's just my imagination. Okay. So it could be something like that where it's being built in the 5D before it even gets to the 3D, which takes a lot of visualization, dreaming on it, sleeping on it, thinking on it, meditating on it. This could consist of doing like a lot of research and like, ooh, I can add that too, and then taking notes, and you're kind of building up a culmination of ideas that's going to create this beautiful picture that you'll feel this way about, right? Everybody's going to be in different places with whatever this is, right? Um, and yeah, so just be prepared for the pessimism, the second guessing, or just life happening. That is like, I ain't even had time to work on this in the last 3 days because such and such called, and and all the things that could come up with this can be happening. Right. And so that brings us into Thursday. So the moon is now in Capricorn, where I think it's important to note as we're coming up to this full moon also that's ancient ruler is Saturn, which is the modern ruler of Capricorn. And Pluto and Aquarius in the next month or two will be moving back into Capricorn. It's currently in the sign of Aquarius. And so here we are with these two energies that are coming up, and we're getting ready to move into this Aquarius full moon that I think we should take seriously. Um, and just like I said, set something aside. Whatever's coming up for you, this could be issues with siblings, and they don't necessarily have to be bad. It could just be a lot or really overwhelming or unexpected. Pisces is things you don't see coming, things that blindside you, things that you didn't see clearly, things that you didn't anticipate. That's why it's connected to ghosting and scams and scammers and people trying to take your account or your money, or, it's the things that we don't see, we're not prepared for, we didn't consider, or something of that nature, where it could be coming up in a way that's really making us stop in our tracks. Saturn is about limitations, restrictions, a cosmic no. You cannot pass go, you cannot collect $200. No. And then it's a square. So it's stressful, it's tension. Um, it could be problematic. I think because Mars is here, Mars is certainly not fucking helping, but Mars is about cutting something out, violence, um, fast moving, but it stops you right in your tracks. It's it's guns, fire. Um, this could be leadership or taking action, movement. Um, it could be sharp items, knives, cuts, burns, bruises, exercising, sex. Um, it could be your ambition to do something can be cut, you know. Um, it can be so many things. And then we're talking about Gemini. These are appliances, social media, your hands, walking, running, riding a bike, um, car, traveling, um, children, education, childhood education, communication, um, errands, emails, texts, um, yeah, siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. Um, and then we're talking about Pisces. Yeah, I get the idea that there's going to be some kind of information coming in that blindsides you. You're like, oh, well, I didn't see that one coming. Out of all the things in the world, and it could be from somebody that you would least expect it at that. It's like, oh, is that how you really feel? No. Again, this doesn't have to be bad. It can be startling and surprising and like, well, all right. Pisces is prison. Okay. Not wishing that on anybody. Um, but this could also be a mental prison. So this could be a lot of people needing to talk something through, support. Um, this could be, um, I don't know why I'm here. Why are you bringing up old shit? Because it's a retrograde. Somebody could have something to say to you that happened 6 months ago. You'd be like, bitch, I barely even remember that shit. Like, okay. Well, what happened? And you just kind of let them talk and get it out. Somebody could be an addiction, there could be an overdose. Again, I'm not wishing that on anybody. Um, your sleep can be off. Um, us- this could be mental health problems. Um, yeah, somebody who's maybe victim mentality. Probably the more and more I'm thinking about it, somebody you don't want to talk to because they call and talk about the same shit all the time. They always got problems but never have solutions. You know, you might be cutting them off, or you just don't have the time, or whatever it is that you're helping and supporting with in whatever way is going to slow you down in some kind of way. Um, and you have to address it. Um, and you can't move forward with your new goals until you address it. So it could be something personal too with yourself. I would go back to those videos to see what it was. It could be a mindset, a mental, some kind of belief or morale or ethics. This is like ethical issues, moral issues, spiritual differences and beliefs and um, religion and spirituality, this kind of fights and arguments and debates. Um, it could be a lot of talking about it on social media. You could be getting involved in like social media wars with stuff that's going on. I mean, we see what's going on Jupiter is outside of the country and other countries with immigrants and foreigners. And then we have our own cultural problems. So this could be about having kind of debates or chats about what the presidential elections are saying they going to do. And we're kind of talking about that. And I feel like people, I still get the idea that something's being cut out here. Like people don't care. I do think, is this still Leo season? Yeah, but this day it's still Leo season. That people are going to be um, challenged to step up and speak out, but the truth. Fuck all of the lot. Like people are tired of these government figures and whatever sitting in our face telling us what they're going to do and then they don't do it. Like they do the same thing every single time. And I think people are waking up to that, especially with some Aquarius energy coming in. The full moon in Aquarius is like, I'm not falling for the BS anymore. Tell me the truth, but not directly. Mars is about strategy, approaching something strategically, right? And so we're not going to go to them and ask them because look at what happened with Trump and the DEI conversation. Of course, that was his response. I don't even know why people are still getting mad about this stuff, honestly. Um, but, stop dealing with them directly. Go to the people and tell them the truth, like, and have healthy solutions on how to build upon that truth and what other things you can do. I think this is really kind of bringing me back. I was trying to avoid touching the conversation again that I had with my mom because I think that's what I talked about in the Saturn square video, Jupiter square video. I can't escape this idea of there are going to be things that are pulling us apart. Like I have to go to work. I don't have time to date. I have to go, I have to watch the kids. I don't have time to date. I don't have time for love. I don't have time for fun. I don't have time for creativity. But I think that's the mindset. Like we are getting rid of a mindset that we wasn't seeing something clearly or we were holding against the way we were seeing something or thinking about something that was holding us back from being like, you know what? I don't want to be in this 9 to 5 job. How the fuck can I get above and beyond this? I'm tired of going to work. I don't want to work anymore. Like you might have put off your creative project that by now could have been a, a, a company or something, a business that brings in income and you don't have to work or it's part-time work. Aquarian energy from a Saturn perspective, meaning your career and professional life is seasonal work, contractual work, things that you can do that will get you by for a certain period of time. And then maybe you work 3 months out of the year type of energy. It's something that's kind of off and on. It breaks up. It's seasonal, contractual, is not continuous because the rest of that time you are taking care of your family, making those changes that we really don't have the time to do because we are always at work. Or the kids are always in school, changing some of those dynamics in a very Aquarian type of way so that we can teach our children real history, the truth. Okay, this is about telling the truth and how we can do that without sacrificing our entire lives for, nickels and pennies and dimes, or building somebody else's, future or goals by working for somebody else type of energy, right? It's this is like that kind of energy. I know I went on a bit of a tangent there, but essentially this is what I feel are going to be some of the things that we're going to have to address before we move into this new thing. Capricorn's like, hold on. Are you still creating this new goal with this old mindset? Because if that's what you're doing, it might not work. It might fall through. Pisces is a blessing in disguise. And so Saturn being in Pisces can put something to a stop. It's not to make you feel like what your idea is not working. Try to stay away from that. Keep that positive, optimistic outlook, but know that this pause could bring some kind of sadness or disappointment. Like, is that not good enough? Was what I gonna do not right? Like, no, 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 no. I don't think that's what this pause or this is what Saturn is saying. Is just saying, like, hold on. We're entering into a new era. Shit's changing. We got a opportunity here to really, 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 really do some change. Did you get the message? Do you know what that is? Do you have the blueprint for that when it comes to whatever this new thing is? Because if you're going in it with an old set of ideas, oh, I think it's going to be faulty. It's going to be like building on faulty ground, right? And so, how can we change the way that is? And I think in that sense, it's going to be something world events that change in a pretty drastic way that is going to force people to come together, even though we're so separated. It's going to force us to work together, even though we're so separated. It's going to force us to sacrifice our peace of mind and our solitude and cutting people off and stuff like that, um, and say, okay, how can I help? What can I do? Where do I fit in this? Um, Compassion, I think, was the word that I used. Having compassion and bringing us down a notch, knocking us off our lofty little perch in some way that's going to challenge us and change the way we think about something that needs to be changed. Okay. And then Friday, Moon still in Capricorn will be in a trine with Venus. This is very social, creative, outgoing kind of energy, but frugal and responsible and mature, right? Capricorn's like, don't fuck with my money, okay? So Venus got like these desires and pleasures that she wants to fulfill and needs and wants that need to be fulfilled when it comes to being social and eating good and being out and having a good time. But Venus is also in Virgo. Want to say Virgo is the same because it's an earth sign, but Virgos can be a little bit flashy. Maybe it's them Leo Virgos. But um, even I think they're bad with money in that way too, where they'll spend um what for whatever it is that they're not gonna if Virgo wants something, I think they're gonna go for it. I have a hard time, and maybe it's I'm projecting right now because I'm thinking about my daddy. I'm not thinking about actual Virgo energy. So let me step back and rephrase that. Um, they're very practical. Virgos are practical, right? And Capricorn is practical. And so, even though Venus is very social, creative, outgoing, wants to meet the needs of their desires and pleasures and all that other stuff, I still think this is fun, but it's just being responsible and mature about it. Like, if you don't have the funds to do it, you're not going to go. If you do have the funds to do, you're going to do it, but in small portions, right? And this could even be like a lunch date, a work lunch type of social event, um, where you're like, well, I'll get a sandwich, something affordable. Um, or again, maybe your job ends up paying for some kind of lunch during a meeting or something like that, where it ends up helping you anyway, so you don't have to spend, right? Like normally you would go out for lunch at work, and this day you might not have to. Um, if you have plans with family or friends, you might want to do something at home. With Moon and Capricorn, this would actually be preferable and it would be dope as fuck and very homey and like um, um, presentable even. You would have fun and it's cheap. You might have to bring your own beer and shit. But essentially, this is a good time. This is a good time. So instead of going out, people might really stay home. Or again, just who you're partying with or who the party is pertaining to can be work friends and or people in power. Okay. Like a VIP type of thing. Okay. And then the moon in Capricorn will trine Saturn and Pisces. So this is creating some kind of secure business deals or contracts, not overdoing it for the weekend. Could be making new friends that bring peace and love in relationships. This is definitely great for dating. Venus and Virgo is very, very supportive. This is super, super supportive energy where people hold space for you. Because Virgo is about being of service to others. And so I think I said it on my last video because Mercury and Venus are in mutual reception, right? Um, there's something about this energy that's like, even though we're not together, even though we're not dating, even though we're not friends anymore, we can get closure, easier to talk to. Like this is somebody who's so open to resolving problems from the past and getting down to the nitty-gritty of it without that emotional connection. Even if you're breaking up at this time, this could be phenomenal time to choose to do that. And I'm not supporting that in any kind of way, but because it's retrograde season, I feel the need to say that this energy is like it's so hard to explain. And I feel like Virgos are super amazing at decompartmentalizing. They know how to keep certain and specific areas of their life in those places and spaces. And in that way, with because it's ruled by Mercury, right? Mercury is about juggling balls and doing multiple things at once, right? And because of that energy with the retrograde, where it's normally about exes coming back and it's just the messiness of it, right? I think that this way it's like, I really got to break this off with this person because of whatever, right? But if they're sick or they're hurt or they need something, this Virgo energy is going to stand by you tooth and nail to make sure that you're okay. But that does not mean that there's some emotional connection to the point where, oh, I'm in love again. We need to date again. We're not exes anymore. We're together. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Virgo is just like, no, I just want to make sure you're okay because I care. Like you're a fucking human being, like you're a person. And I want to make sure that everything's good. Like, are you good? You're going to be okay. And they will stand by you, whatever it takes to make sure that you are okay. But once you are, that's it. That's it, though. There's nothing going on between us. I'm just a super supportive person. And you can apply that to all areas of your life with this energy. I feel like this energy is the best time to make some kind of transition and change with this kind of mindset. It's like, this is what we need to hold on to. Like, this is the energy I'm trying to explain. And that Saturn Jupiter square energy is like, don't forget how to be compassionate through the drama, the trials and tribulations, because all relationships from all walks of life within any area of your life, they're going to come with some kind of um, complications or issues, but don't let them make you bitter. Don't let them take you out of character to the point where you're like, I don't want to deal with anybody who reminds me of this, and that, because this, and that is going to happen. It's not always going to happen the same way. It's obviously not going to be with the same people, we hope, right? Especially if it's like traumatic or, whatever. But it's like, you don't have to hate them. It's just a way of life. Like it is human behavior. What it's like it comes with the territory, right? All's fair in love and war, right? And I think this energy is like the dopest fucking energy for that. Um, is to get closure, to accept that something is the way that it is, to be able to talk it through. But again, this energy can come with a lot. I mean, like, it can come with a lot. Like there's a lot going on here. There's new stuff, there's old stuff, there's trauma, we got the um um eclipse season, health issues, like people could be losing their job, and this is like, to me, this is like the energy of needing somebody, a shoulder to lean on, somebody to just understand, like, I didn't plan for this shit to happen. It just happened, and I'm here, and I'm like, and you know what I mean? Sometimes you just need that. And I think this energy is so dope for that. Now, if you're starting a relationship at this time, I do feel like it's not going to stick. But it is going to it's going to provide you with that vision of how you should look towards dating moving forward. Because this is such a supportive energy. It's like somebody holding your hand throughout a process that can be just daunting, um, repetitive, and fucking annoying. And who the fuck knows how to do that better than a fucking Virgo and a Capricorn? I don't know how they just have this ability to hold space for stress. And it's very comforting. Um, it makes you feel like you're not alone or judged or seen in some kind of way. And don't we all need that? Right? Because some of the shit we go through it's embarrassing. Okay? Niggas and bitches is out here doing shit they ain't got no fucking business. Okay. And I know I stayed on that for a really long time too, but I'm gonna hurry up and get out of here. Okay. Saturday, the moon's still in Capricorn, trine Uranus. This is some kind of excitement, emotional excitement or emotional upset. That's just the way it is with Uranus, but it's Taurus, so this could be with finances, budgeting, saving, material items. Um, yeah. Um, but we could be breaking free from some kind of habit or pattern, finding new emotional habits and patterns. Um, and then the moon in Aquarius is progressive. It's about the collective, the groups, group activities, friendships, politics. Um, yeah. And so we're getting ready to move into that energy for the full moon here. I don't even know what day it's going to be, honest with you. Is it this week? I don't think so. It could be. No. Yeah, but we're getting ready to. So it's probably like Monday, Tuesday of the following week. Damn, I should know. Wait, in fact, I think I might. I think I wrote it down. Shh, don't tell me, guys. Of course, I didn't write that part down. It's at 27 degrees. Let me see. I got my app open. Wednesday, Thursday. Moon Capricorn. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it could be Monday or Sunday. What's the date? Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're moving into the full moon. I hope I'm right about that. Don't quote me on this, guys. Okay. But nonetheless. I'm pretty sure we are. And then Mercury will square, and then Sunday, Mercury will square Uranus, so more unexpected news. And Venus will square Jupiter. Yeah, this is the full moon. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I remember writing that down for the full moon energy. And I'll talk more about that when I do the actual video. All right. This one's going to be a wild one with Uranus. Anything, expect the unexpected. Anything goes. This could be earthquakes, and weather too, by the way, guys, with the mutable squares. I'll be talking more about that for the Aquarius full moon energy as well. So, I'm missing anything. I did cover everything. Sorry that I was talking so much. I love y'all. I appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Thanks.